Told about this happening, I thought that maybe I could do the press conference with Fred and kind of save you guys the toll and not have you have to come out here on a day when there's a lot of good baseball going on television. So we'll make this quick. Obviously and rightfully, Fred thought it'd be uncomfortable, and I guess if I was there. So I'm just going to start. We're going to do some questions. We're not going to get crazy on the questions. I don't get paid to do this anymore. So this is one of those things where, I'm here to say thank you to you all, not only for coming out, but for the working relationship we've had for years here. Appreciate your effort and, for the most part, all the professionalism that I showed. I understand your business, and it's tough business, and sometimes I think we have to go over the line, but that happens. I obviously want to thank, even more, I want to thank the people across the street, Fred Wilpon, the entire Met organization. I've made some friends there that will last a lifetime. They're wonderful, wonderful people from the bottom floor to the top floor that have enriched my life, that I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for all the guys that have been in uniform with me over the years. Obviously, that's a major thank you. They've worked hard. We've had fun. They give me those great memories, and it's not the experiences that live on, but I think the people who are involved in the experiences, those are the important things. And the guys that were sweating and hitting it over the fence and even making the error were very special over these years. I like to thank them. And I guess, the fans need as much thanks as anything. I was here for 6 years or so, and I've got nothing but support and smiles and fan mail that made me feel good every day. So I thank them. Without any further ado, I guess I'm going to open up a question or two, and once again, I'm going to tell you that there's probably going to be a lot of questions that won't be answered. I'll tell you that right off the start.
Bobby, do you see it coming? Fred said yesterday that when you spoke to Mary in the morning, you had a feeling it might happen. Why did you see it coming?
I'll just call it instinct, and when Fred said, in some meetings that we were in, that he really wanted us to finish strong and play better and win games, I knew he was serious. I knew that he felt embarrassed by our play. And so, I just thought when a few things that transpired during the meetings leading up to yesterday's meeting, my instincts told me that was going to be my last meeting.
Do you think it's fair that you're out and Steve is still there?
Yeah, fairness is one of those weird things in life, but I think that it's fair that I'm not managing the team because Fred wanted to base that decision on performance, and our performance wasn't very good.
Bob, you had been given what we had heard as votes of confidence for months, right up until the end. So what changed there? I mean, Fred obviously changed his mind at the very end. What do you think changed that?
I think just his mind changed. And I have said before, I think it's the greatest right a person has, is the right to change his mind, and he did. And I think that's cool. That's understandable. We got a losing streak right at the end. I bet you that had a lot to do with it.
Bobby, one of the things that Fred said yesterday was you seemed different this year. That perhaps your love and fire wasn't the same as it has been in the past. Do you think that is true? He was speculating, he wasn't sure. He was thinking that perhaps 9/11 had a little bit more of an effect on you than anyone would have expected. Do you agree with that, or have any thoughts on that?
Well, again, it's all perception, and I think that I didn't smile as much this year, and I think that's mainly because there weren't many things to smile about. And whether the last thing in the world I want to do is drag any of the wonderful associations and people that I've met since 9/11 and the things that I've shared with them, I don't want them to at all feel responsible for me being fired. I mean, that's not here. I'm not going there. But I just think that is, if I had anything that I could have done over again, I would have smiled more. I would have tried to get it lighter. And there were a lot of times during the season I talked about the light side, and looked for some levity from players and coaches, and it just wasn't there. And so I understand that. And I think this team played a lot differently than any other team that I've ever managed, and I think Fred's accurate in that assessment.
Bobby, where do you go from here?
Back to Stanford. I have a wonderful home there with a wonderful gal, and try to do the best I can every day of my life.
Professionally speaking?
Oh, again, I'm not in the job giving market as far as baseball is concerned. I'm in the job receiving market, and I'll just try to stay in touch with the game of baseball best that I can.
Now that it's getting on such a sour note, what are your emotions or feelings towards the organization as you leave?
I think I'll always have great feelings towards the Met organization. I've been here through 4 decades. As I said, it's about people, and they're great people and great experiences, and afforded my family the opportunity to live in Stamford, Connecticut, where we want to live, and that's where we'll live the rest of our life. So I'm thankful.
Bobby, do you want to manage again?
No, I'd love to manage again. Sure,
Bob, do you feel a sense of relief from the whole cup?
Well, once it ends, there's a sense of relief. I don't feel necessarily relief. I have a bad feeling in my stomach. All right, and that's not a feeling of relief. I feel like I stumbled at the finish line. I liked the run. It was a good run. Just, this isn't the way I wanted it to end. There's no doubt about that.
Have you spoken to any of your players? Have they called you?
Yeah, I've talked to players, coaches. Got a call from the president this morning, which was very encouraging. I enjoyed that. And hopefully after the next job I get fired from, Fred will call. So that'll be a nice little succession. Yeah.
What do you have to say to the president?
He said, V, you're a great man. You're a great manager. I like what you do. Something like real close to that.
Bobby, is there something that your experience with the Mets has taught you?
Oh, many things. Sure. I'm hoping that I've learned. I'm probably a slow learner, but I'm hoping I learned a lot of things. And on the field, off the field, life's a learning experience, and I lived my life with the Mets here for the better part of, many decades.
You talked about you could do anything different, it would be smiling. Is there anything you could have possibly done to make these guys hit better this year, not have as many errors, things on the field? Is there really you as a manager could have done to make that any better?
Yeah, I believe there is. I'm not sure what those things were. Otherwise, I would have done it. But as I review it and ponder it and take advice from others who experienced it, maybe I'll be able to learn and not, and be better next time when they're not hitting or fielding or making the plays.
Bobby, can you just put into words what the last 2 years has been like? I mean, to go from the World Series appearance to this moment?
No, I can't really put in those things in words. No, just that they're part of it. If life was only the good things, then you wouldn't be able to appreciate the good things.
How difficult is this right now, not knowing what's next or not?
Oh, it's not knowing is exciting sometimes, and I look at it as a challenge. I mean, when we were in the rooms and we were working together across the street about what to do next year with the team, we didn't look at it as a difficult situation. We tried to think of it as a challenge, and I'm in the same situation in a different room, and I think that life will continue to challenge me, and I'll look forward to that. When nothing mattered, I thought when I put a lineup up filled of veteran guys and they were still diving for balls and diving into first, God forbid, and doing the things that they did on the field, I think that I'm proud of the way and they played, the effort that they gave. And Fred agreed with that when we were there, and he said, we didn't win. I said, I know we didn't win, but we tried hard. And he says, I think everyone did try hard.
Bobby, are you available for any other open position?
Are you offering?
My own team.
Thank you.
Bobby, it seems that most articulate former managers get contacted by ESPN via one of the studios. Are they yet to help analyze the playoffs for them?
I got one call from a television, but I think I'm going to just watch it. It's a little more fun that way. And I started with ESPN in 1980, so I don't know if 2000 would be anything to look forward to, but it's interesting.
Bobby, the availability question. Are you ready to manage again if the offer comes now, or are you going to take a break?
Oh, I would think that I'd be ready, but again, unless someone's offering, I don't think that that's even proper to talk about. There's 30 very special jobs and 30 very lucky people who have the opportunity to manage in the major leagues. And I've been blessed to be able to do that for a few thousand games. Whether or not I'll ever have the opportunity again, that's in somebody else's hands. And, if the phone rings, I'm definitely answering.
Fred did mention that another position with the Mets might be open for discussion.
Oh, but he thought that we should just let the smoke clear a little and regroup, have lunch in a few days, and so I think that could happen. That we could have lunch, and I told him I was there to help. I even thought that I could have been okay with him at the press conference. I really did. I thought that it could have worked, but I understood that.
Bobby, what type of shape do you think the Mets are as they begin to move forward?
Well, I thought the good thing about the team when it ended is that we had a lot of healthy guys, and health is a real key. We didn't lose, and going into the winter, there were no guys lost to injury. So there's a lot of talent there that I think will come back very hungry and it'd be very good. I think the gray skies are going to pass.
Bobby, including yours yesterday, with 5 dismissals yesterday, and of course the ones that were early in the season, the 6 to 8 in those first couple of months. What does that tell you as far as how the league has changed, how the game?
No, it's a tough job. To manage in the major leagues is difficult. There's a lot of expectation, and obviously the expectation wasn't met this year by all of those, including myself. That's what happens.
Did the off-field distractions play a huge role, small role, any role?
Hard to decipher just how big a role that all that stuff happened, or all that stuff played. Hard for me to decipher that. Wish it all wasn't there, that's for sure. But in the years that I've been here, it seems to that New York Mets or whatever seem to have a bit of that. And I mean, that's when I was a player here, and when I was a coach here, and when I was a manager here. So I think those things, little things are big things, and so as they become big things, they become distractions.
Bobby,
can you talk more specifically about that, about this year's season?
Nah.
Things were especially big, the allegations that Mike Gadsden.
Yeah, I really don't want to go there with all that stuff. It's stuff that happened, and again, you want to expect it and understand that it's going to happen because of the market. But when it happens, you're always kind of surprised and dismayed. So I'd rather not go to all those specific things, and only hope that in the future, You know, the main thing is that the main thing becomes the main thing, and not have all the little things distract the team as much.
Bobby, in today's baseball, the way it's set up, is it possible for a manager and a general manager to not have a bit of an adversarial relationship?
I don't know. I think that it's common, and I think it's rather natural. Not necessarily adversarial, but you know, hey, here are the players. Make them play, and you know, if a guy doesn't play well, and the general manager thinks he's real good, then it becomes a little, whose fault is it? You know, I understand that. I think it's very natural, and you know, in that situation that we had across the street wasn't much different, I don't think, listening to other managers anyway, and that's my only source. I listen to other managers talk about their situation. I don't think mine was really different. But here it is. It makes it big. It's always different. You know?
A lot of managers were playing at the very end. They either didn't have the support or the tools, the resources. You feel you had all of that? That you had the tools, the resources, the support?
Yeah, I think we had plenty of talent, and I don't know what support. I don't know what guys would mean with support. I've never gone there. I don't understand that stuff. I think that I give myself the support that I need, and I build it around me.
Bobby, only the guy who takes your spot will win with this group without major changes.
Yeah, I think this team could win. I think there'll be changes, though. You know, and so you know, a little change could be a big change.
Were you shocked by some of the guys who came over with high expectations and they had such a bad year?
Well, it's hard to say. I was shocked because I saw it, you know, firsthand. But I don't mind saying that I was disappointed. You know. And they were too. I think we did good. I appreciate it. I want to, only because sometimes there's corny things and I add corny things. This isn't corny. This is something from the heart. My son is my inspiration, you know, and he's been cool through this whole thing, and I'm proud of him. He's been cool through a lot of things, and so he insisted that he sent me something, and he insisted I read it, and I'm not good at reading things, and you know that I usually just talk, but I'm going to do this because I think that it's kind of the way I brought him up to believe, and I know it's basically what I believe. And it's a little it's short, but it says that some of you have heard it before. People are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, they may be jealous, but be happy anyway. And the good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. But do good anyway. And give the world the best you have, even though it may never be enough. But please, give the world the best you have anyway. Because you see, in the final analysis, it's not really between you and them. It's between you and God. So do it right anyway. And I kind of like that. Not that I want to get mushy or anything, but he is my inspiration, and that was his insistence. So he's 20. 19. He's 19, his mom says. he's 19. It is 20th year on Earth. So thanks for being here. I appreciate all that stuff, guys and gals, and you know, let all the water go over the dam. Let the fun begin, and whether I want to be or not, or whether they want me to be or not, I am a Met fan, and with all those Met fans out there, I'm with you. Thank you very much.